It will take public partnerships like the one recently announced by Mayor Frank Jackson, involving the City of Cleveland, the Cuyahoga Community College, and the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, which will help fund the college education of hundreds of CMSU graduates every year. Without Mayor Jackson's leadership and vision, there would be hundreds of district students who would not be enrolled in college classes this semester. Thank you, Mayor Jackson, for your leadership. It will also take public-private partnerships like the one I experienced in person last week when I spoke to a group of about 120 volunteers from the Nestle Corporation. These good people have focused their efforts on literacy, touching the lives of literally thousands of young people during the 20 years the Nestle Corporation has sponsored this effort. We are fortunate to have so many good corporate partners in the city of Cleveland. But a 20-year commitment from one of the world's leading brands, which operates in our region, is an extraordinary example. We have with us today a mentor and a mentee from the Nestle program. Pam Watts, who herself is a graduate of Alexander Hamilton School, and Falana Wyatt Banks, who was mentored by Pam while she attended Alexander Hamilton. And both of them, I think, are with us today. I'm going to ask them to stand and be recognized. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, an outstanding school district will take engaged parents who understand the vital role that they play in their child's education, who know that the sound of the school bell at the end of the day signals an interlude in the day's learning activities and not its termination. We are committed to helping our parents understand these responsibilities. That's why we must create an environment in every school that's as welcoming to parents as it is to our students. That's why next year, and all the students love when I make this announcement, next year we will launch a website where every parent can check every grade and every homework assignment every single day. And I think that deserves a round of applause. I usually get a big amount of applause when I'm among students when I say that. And then there's the community at large. Whether or not you have a child in our district, as a citizen of Northeast Ohio, you have an enormous stake and responsibility in our schools. In order to increase our graduation rate and continue to increase it, we've targeted efforts at the building level to prepare our students for the Ohio graduation test. We have placed OGT coaches and designed after-school programs to become building-specific. For the third consecutive year, we will knock on the door of every single 10th grade student in our district to speak to their families about the importance of preparing for the test. We welcome you or your organization to join us in October and February as we knock on these neighborhood doors. Our Office of Volunteerism, under Sharon McDonald, has a booth in the lobby today with more information about how you can get involved. Or you can join us on October the 9th for our annual Hats Off to Cleveland Kids event at all of our schools. We want you to stand with us at the front door of each and every school in the district as we welcome and thank our students as they arrive that morning. It's a lot of fun, and the students really enjoy it. You know, those of us in education often use a lot of numbers. We talk about average test scores, we talk about aggregated graduation rates, and those numbers certainly have their place. But I always try to remind myself that the business that we're in should not be about averages or aggregates. It's actually the ultimate people business. At its best, it's not about the more than 50,000 students in the Cleveland district. Instead, it's really about paying attention to and taking individual care of the unique needs of our students 50 times every day. Meeting that goal and our overall goal to become a premier school district will have to continue to require significant resources from our community. I can't urge you strongly enough to please find a way to help us meet our goals. As I've noted, we're blessed with many businesses, groups, and organizations and individuals who have already come forward, and they are making a difference. They are part of our army of believers. But my message today to everyone in this room, as well as those of you who are viewing and listening by other means today, we are seeking volunteers to help us sustain and build upon our accomplishments. Caring adults from the corporate arena, faith-based organizations, nonprofit organizations, institutions of higher learning, and others are all called to the task of helping to make our district one that will be envied and copied throughout the nation. We need your help. We need your encouragement and commitment as we continue to strive for the things I've talked about to you today. These crucial areas of academic excellence, safe and secure schools, and a continuous series and emphasis on educational innovations. I can't emphasize enough the urgency of this mission we're on. 45 years ago, almost to the day, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stood in front of the majestic Lincoln Memorial in our nation's capital and talked in a profound and prophetic manner about the same kind of urgency in his famous I Have a Dream speech. Quote, "We have come to this hallowed spot to remind America of the fierce urgency of now," he said that day. "This is not the time to engage in the luxury of cooling off or take the tranquilizing drug of gradualism," unquote. No leader simply wants to be a caretaker, nor engage in a game of gradualism. The students in our district and the citizens in our entire region rightly expect more and much more. They certainly understand the fierce urgency of now. Reaching our goals and making our dreams come true for this school district has to occur sooner rather than later. I can tell you that the families of our students have no trouble understanding this urgency, nor should this entire community. Our continued prosperity as a region depends on all of us adopting that same fierce urgency. Our leadership team at the district is strong and fearless about this challenge. We are inspired by this mission that we've carved out for ourselves, but we're also grounded by the daily disciplines of hard work required to transform lives one child at a time. For us, this is not merely a job, nor even a mission, really. It's actually our calling. And when you're called to a certain kind of life's work, you're not put off by small or even large challenges. Instead, you come to see it as nothing more than obstacles on the path to your ultimate goal. My commitment to you is that we will stay fully engaged in this calling, and we'll keep our eyes firmly fixed on the prize, that being our vision of becoming an outstanding school district. Finally today, ladies and gentlemen, we recognized Congresswoman Stephanie Tubbs Jones earlier with a moment of silence. I was recalling my first conversation with her a couple of years ago, and I remember what she said to me that first meeting. She said, "Dr. Sanders, take care of my babies." Today, ladies and gentlemen, I pledge to you and to our Congresswoman to take care of our babies. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sanders. Today at the City Club of Cleveland, we're listening to Dr. Eugene Sanders, CEO of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. Now, we would like to return to our speaker for our traditional City Club question and answer period. We welcome questions from everyone, including guests. Holding the microphones today are City Club Operations Assistant Maria Dabata and Director of Community Relations, Missy Toms. Now, first question, please, Dr. Sanders.